How's it going, everyone? And today I got yet another Planetside 2 weapons review for you. Today I'm very excited because we'll be going over my absolute favorite, my #1 favorite sniper rifle in the game. As you can see here, we are fighting at Bridge Ward on Ezimir. We're trying to push into the Vanu base, and most of the gameplay shown here will be from this battle. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? This sniper rifle is so good that it has 3 different names for it. Over in the Vanu corner, it is called the Ghost. The NC, or the New Conglomerate, they call it the SASR. And the Terran Republic, they call it the TSAR 42. What this means, guys, is that all 3 factions get to use this exact same sniper rifle. It may look a little different between the factions, or rather a lot different between the factions. May even sound a little different between the factions, but these stats are all the same between the factions. And that was my cat. So the stats of this weapon are pretty amazing. The fire rate is 55 rounds per minute. The muzzle velocity is at 500 meters per second. The damage, the maximum damage is 700 before 10 meters, but it drops off to 400 after 265 meters. What this means is after 265 meters, you're more than likely not going to be able to one-shot headshot someone. Now, and I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, if I want to be a sniper, I want to, sit 400 meters away in the hills and be super tactical and awesome and stealth. No. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way first. Units in Planetside 2, like infantry units in Planetside 2. I don't know if they have changed this, and I don't know the exact numbers. However, I do know that after around 300 to 350, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, the infantry units won't even render in your screen. Right, so if you're sitting at 400 meters away, you're definitely not going to be able to see any infantry units. You'll probably see a lot of vehicles and maybe a mech suit here and there, but you're definitely not going to see other infantry. With all that said, the type of gameplay, or at least gameplay style you want to use with this particular sniper rifle is going to be a little bit closer to your enemies and a little bit more aggressive than, say, what you would use with the Parallax or the Rams 50 or the long shot. All those sniper rifles are made for that super long distance, barely on render range type sniping. Coolest thing about the SASR is that you can actually attach a 4x scope on this bad boy. May sound like a little counterintuitive. You may wonder, oh, why use a 4x scope? Well, first of all, it's the highest scope you can use on the sniper rifle. The trick with this is that there is actually no scope sway on the 4x scope. With a traditional 6x or 12x scope, there is quite a bit of scope sway, and you would actually have to use the hold breath mechanic. For me, it's the hotkey shift. I would have to hold down shift so my scope steadies, and then I can take a shot. This benefit, coupled with the fact that it shoots at 55 rounds per minute, which, guys, by the way, is pretty freaking fast for a sniper rifle. These 2 benefits mean that you can farm people ridiculously easy with this gun. So a little bit of a word of caution for the sniper rifle. Not that you wouldn't do any of these tips I'm about to mention for any other sniper rifle, but because you're so close to the enemy, you have to especially remember to do these things. First thing is to always make sure you're watching your back. Put down that motion spotter. Make sure you're keeping an eye on the mini map at all times. Make sure no one can sneak up on you. The other thing is, to make sure you're always moving after every shot. Some of the more long-range sniper rifles, you can kind of get away with it by not moving as much, but the SASR is definitely more of a mobile, on-the-go type rifle. Now, the 4x scope does take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you come from using the higher magnifications, but it really doesn't take that long at all. The bullet velocity may be a bit slower than what the other sniper rifles have, but definitely not noticeable at all, given the fact that you're so close to your enemies anyway, so the bullet doesn't drop that much. So as you guys can see, I really love this weapon. And I guess the reason why I love the SASR depends on my playstyle. And I guess everyone's playstyle is a little different, especially when it comes to sniping. For a long time, I was using those longer range sniper rifles like the Rams 50 on the TR. I used the Railjack and the Longshot on the NC. But I have since really grown to love this style of sniping. The reason why is because you really don't have to compensate for that much. If you think about it, you don't have to compensate too much for bullet drop because you're so close to the enemy. Bullets doesn't really drop that far. You don't have to compensate for the scope sway by holding shift because there is no scope sway. You can shoot really quickly, so you don't even have to land, a headshot all the time. If you mess up and land a body shot, well, just follow up with another body shot, and you got it. And oh, I just got taken out there. And I guess the last reason why I like this gun is because it's a lot easier to hit moving targets. The combination of the fast reload speed and the fast rechamber time and the no scope sway and the fact that you're engaging within medium to long range makes it really easy to line up those shots on moving targets, even the ones that are running perpendicular to you. As far as attachments, guys, I just use the 4x scope and a straight pole bolt. I think it's called the super cooled coil, and man, I just feel like Legolas here, just like running around headshotting people. Yeah, I just use those two attachments. I don't bother with the suppressor at all. I think you don't really need that much to make this gun work really well. And a quick tip: if you're falling down a cliff like this, face towards the cliff so you kind of break your fall a little bit and you don't take fall damage. It's helpful tip for you guys. So that about wraps up my review for the SASR / TSAR / Ghost / TSAR, whatever you guys want to call it. They used to actually give out this weapon for free. When you would make a new character on Planetside, it would prompt you to, it would ask you some questions, and if you fill out the one for Infiltrator, it would actually give you this weapon for free. Very sad that they don't do this anymore because the weapon is so freaking awesome, but it is quite cheap. It's only 250 certs or 500 station cash, or daybreak cash, I guess is what they're calling it these days. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you used this weapon before? Or maybe you're holding off on using this weapon? Either way, I hope I did a great job explaining why I like this weapon so much and why it is my favorite sniper rifle to use. As always, go ahead and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you like to see more of my content. I'll go ahead and let the footage roll on for a little bit more here, guys. I'm heading out, but I'll be sure to see you guys next time.